In a world that thrived on speed and agility, where the swiftest animals were celebrated as heroes, there existed a tortoise named Theo. He was not like the hares that darted through the underbrush or the birds that soared high above the treetops. Theo was a gentle soul who moved at a deliberate pace, his journey marked by the soft crunch of leaves beneath his feet. While others rushed past him, he often watched with a mixture of admiration and yearning, dreaming of adventures that lay beyond the forest's edge. One sunny morning, Theo felt a stirring in his heart that he could no longer ignore. He gathered his courage and approached a gathering of animals, his voice trembling with excitement. "One day, I will go on a great adventure. I will cross rivers, climb mountains, and prove that even the slowest can achieve great things." His eyes sparkled with determination, but the laughter that erupted from the crowd was like a cold splash of water. The hare, with its quick wit, was the first to respond. "A tortoise on a journey? By the time you reach the first hill, an entire season will have passed." The words cut deep, but even deeper was the sigh from the wise old owl perched nearby. "Perhaps it is best to stay where you belong. Adventure is for the quick and the clever." Though their words stung like thorns, Theo felt a flicker of resolve ignite within him. He understood that adventure was not a race. It was about the courage to take the first step and the strength to continue on despite the odds. With the sun rising behind him, casting a golden glow across the forest, Theo set off on his journey, his heart beating in rhythm with the soft thud of his feet against the earth. The path ahead was not kind. It twisted and turned, and soon the ground beneath him became a rocky landscape. Sharp stones jutted out like teeth, each step a challenge that tested his resolve. Theo paused, feeling the weight of the world pressing down on him. But he remembered his dream and pushed forward, navigating the treacherous terrain with care. Each painstaking step was a victory, a testament to his determination. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, Theo faced a new challenge, a raging river that roared with ferocity. The water churned violently, and for a moment, fear gripped his heart. He could turn back, return to the safety of his home, but something deep within urged him to keep going. Scanning the banks, he spotted a fallen log, a bridge crafted by nature itself. With cautious determination, he made his way across, his small feet finding balance on the rough bark. Step by careful step, he crossed the river, the roar of the water fading behind him as he emerged on the other side. The journey was far from over. As he pressed on, the forest grew denser, shadows stretching across the path like fingers reaching out to pull him back. Strange eyes glimmered in the darkness, and doubt began to creep into his mind. "One step at a time," he whispered to himself, a mantra that became his shield against fear. He recalled the laughter of the hare and the sigh of the owl, and he let that fuel his resolve. With each step, he reminded himself that he was not just moving through the forest. He was carving his own path, one slow and steady step at a time. Back in the safety of the forest, the animals that had once doubted Theo began to take notice. The hare, initially dismissive, now watched in astonishment. "He's still going?" it murmured, disbelief etched across its face. The fox, who had been lounging in the sun, raised an eyebrow in surprise. How did he cross the river? The wise old owl, who had once dissuaded Theo from his dreams, nodded in realization. Perhaps adventure is not about speed, but about the will to never give up. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Theo reached the base of a towering hill. It loomed before him, a challenge that seemed insurmountable, but with his heart full of hope, he began the climb. Each movement was laborious, his muscles straining against the effort, but he pressed on, fueled by the vision of what lay at the top. Slowly but surely, he ascended, the world below shrinking with each step. At last, he reached the summit. And as he stood there, breathless and victorious, he gazed out over the vast expanse of land that stretched before him. The view was breathtaking, a patchwork of greens and browns, rivers winding like silver ribbons through the landscape. In that moment, Theo understood the true essence of his journey. He had not just crossed rivers or climbed hills. He had proven to himself that perseverance could triumph over the limitations placed upon him by others. With a smile that radiated joy and fulfillment, Theo turned back toward home. The journey had changed him, igniting a fire within that would never be extinguished. He was no longer just a tortoise. He was a symbol of determination, an embodiment of the belief that success is not defined by speed, but by the courage to keep moving forward. As he made his way back through the forest, the animals watched him with newfound respect and admiration. The laughter that had once echoed in the air was replaced by whispers of inspiration. Theo's journey was far from over. It was merely the beginning of many adventures yet to come. He carried with him not just the lessons learned, but a heart full of dreams, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. And so, slow but steady, the tortoise continued forward, unstoppable, determined, and ready for whatever adventure awaited him in the vast world beyond.